he just tells my kid I'm homeless and I'm not a good mom. I mean, I have a video recording of my son who is deathly afraid of going back home because he's trying to pay him $100 to lie to a judge.
So this is your motion, Mr. Hernandez. Did you get a copy of that, Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. I read it. Is there anything you'd like to add to it before I turn to Ms. Hernandez for her response?
Oh, no, sorry, I couldn't hear you. It was,
Yes.
yes.
Someone's whispering in your ear.
No,
Right?
no,
No? I'm hearing voices.
Yeah,
I hear my dogs.
You're can't kidder, Mr. Hernandez. What do you want to tell me?
Yes, she's been calling the schools, emailing, making false allegations to the point that I had to call the cops to investigate the allegations she did. And also the school has written a letter on my behalf because of this, her allegations that she's been made, and my son's decline in behavior and grades since this started. And I got the letter right here. I could read it to you if you would like, or
what I'm going to tell you is going to be a little tough to understand, but I'm saying this only to help you.
okay.
Okay, see, think of it this way. What if I had questions on that letter you sent? What if Ms. Hernandez had questions on that letter that they sent?
Okay.
We can't cross-examine or ask that person questions because a letter won't talk back.
Okay.
What that letter is it's what's called hearsay. Okay. It's not anything that I can either read or consider in the context of this. The response that I got from Ms. Hernandez seems to indicate that she is weeks away from having a stable home. Is that right, Ms. Hernandez?
Yes. I'm working with Tabitha Walter, a financial special HUD certified housing counselor. It's a first time home buyers program. I have to go through a certain amount of classes and then you get a certificate signed and then you get approved for housing. I'm also working with, I have them written down, Good Samaritan and Salvation Army. I filled out an application for one of the places. She said just until, because HUD housing, like I said, you have to go through numerous classes. She said to fill out a place for dwelling in Grand Rapids, which I have the application right here. I have a binder full of all the help and resources. I had to pay off a debt that was unlegal. Basically, we were living in a trailer park and they wanted to no longer rent out the homes. They wanted them for sale. They bullied us out. I had 2 weeks to get me and my kids out, and that's what made us homeless. I tried to fight it. It's very hard to have somebody fight some homes. You have to have a lot of money to hire an attorney for that. But I have heard from legal aid that it is wrong, that they were wrong what they did. So I'm trying to get help with legal aid for that. So I'm paying off that debt. I have my taxes coming, where I can pay that off, and I'll have money for my security deposit, and I am going to be in a home. I'm working hard every day. I've been with Versity Blood Center for 2 years. I at least work 40 to 60 hours, depending. I'm really trying. This hotel is just temporary. I wanted to be closer to my son. I did 95% of the pickups and drop-offs, and every time I wanted him for an extra day, it was a no. And I just want to be closer to my son. I'm working with agencies in Kent County. That was really hard to do it up in White Cloud. I'm just trying to prove to this man that I'm actually working hard, for my kid. And it's more or less he just tells my kid I'm homeless and I'm not a good mom. I mean, I have a video recording of my son who is deathly afraid of going back home because he's trying to pay him $100 to lie to a judge, which I do have my son saying that. And, you know, saying
might-
that this
That
man
might
is,
be hang on. That might be
yes,
interesting to me at some time.
yes,
But
please. I would
um,
really love if you could listen to it. I
so,
mean,
so
he's scared over it.
hang on a second. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, you said in your motion or in your
Yeah,
response, I read it. Did
yeah.
you read that too, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
So my copy of it says that you are weeks away from housing.
Can
How
I?
many,
Yes.
how many weeks?
I would say roughly, Tabitha said if I can get this into dwelling place, I could hear back from them in a week. I'm just waiting on my tax return so I can pay presidential off because that will show the landlord, hey, you know, she paid her debt. We can move forward. So it's not sitting on my credit. But that's the only thing I'm waiting for is just that money so I can, you know, put that forward. So whenever the tax comes, which I'm hoping is in a couple weeks, like I said, I got my applications ready. I plan to go drop them off today. So I'm hoping within the next 3 weeks that, you know, or 4, I can be in a place. My son, he loves it here. You know, it's Roadway Inn in Granville. It's nice. It has a pool.
You know that a hotel is not a real good, stable environment. I understand right now it's any port
Yep.
in a storm, but the stable housing is important, and there's some concerns about your mental health. Is any of that?
No, my mental health, like I'm working with a YWCA. Her name is Jill D. It's a domestic advocator. And basically I'm dealing with a narcissist after my relationship. He's trying to blackmail me. It's always about court. We can't communicate together. He won't communicate with me. After I want you to hear this. After I sent my response in, he turned my son's phone off that I paid for and bought him. So we have communication throughout the week when he's there and he won't let my son talk to me. I've talked to him once in the past 2 weeks, besides my weekends.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Hernandez.
Can I say respond to that?
Yeah.
Just her things. All right. Last time we were in court, she promised the courts that she would have her house by February of 24. It's February of 25. She said everything she just said now in the last court hearing we were with you. And now 2024, February 2024, and she still has not gotten a place. The phone situation, he's grounded for his behavior at school and his declining on grades. But I told her that if she wanted to talk to him, she's more than welcome to call my phone and ask for him. And she's only done it once since I told her that, which it was Wednesday, I believe.
Can I respond to that? I do have proof
No,
on messages that, okay,
Ashley,
sorry.
stop.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. I have one question for you, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Am I going to hear a tape from your son that is somewhat along the lines of what Miss Hernandez told me?
Are you going? I don't know. She's a very manipulative person, so I don't know if there's video of anything.
How are you going to manipulate a tape if somebody says,
Oh
my
no, I'm
dad
not saying.
gave me $100 to lie?
I've never offered my kid any money, and then she makes them say this things, which that's why it's on the letter that I got, that they got proved that she manipulates them to say things. She bribes them and buys him what he wants to get what she needs out of him to get ahead.
I think I got the story. So the last parenting time order was entered on February 22nd of 2024. And that provided for joint legal and joint physical custody. When defendant moves into a new home, then it will be alternate weeks. You go back and forth.
Yes.
If not, then the defendant is to have each weekend from Friday after school or 6:30 if there's no school until Sunday at 6:30. You both agreed to that in 2024.
Yes.
And what I have in front of me is this. The judgment itself, what you both agreed to
Mhm.
says it's going to be week on, week off when she gets a stable environment.
Yes.
Okay? She isn't there yet. So then it goes and reverts from the alternate weekends, or every week, I think. It's each weekend from Friday
Yep,
after
yep.
until, or 6:30 if there's no school, until Sunday. I'm going to adjourn this, and I want you to bring it back, Mr. Hernandez, at such time as she either does or does not have a stable residence, and then I'll consider it. So I'll let you, I'm going to have you bring it back because I don't have anything to go on. The judgment says what to do. You both agreed to it. So I expect the parties to follow that judgment
Okay.
until it's changed. So she shouldn't be going 2 weeks without seeing your son. If it's her weekend, it's her weekend. And you
She
have
gets
to decide this.
she gets them every weekend. She hasn't. She's.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Fine. So we're going to stick with this. I'm going to adjourn your motion.
Okay.
And either one of you can bring it back when you got your house. Okay? Because
Okay.
that's when we have to do something. Because it says when she gets a stable residence, it goes to week on, week off. So
Yep.
if somebody wants me to deviate from that, come on back. But if not, she shows proof of a stable residence, that's what you go to.
Okay.
Both are good people.
Yeah, that's fine with me. That if once she gets a stable home, I'm agreeing to follow that what we agreed on. So
All right. Then come see me when you get a stable house. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Yep. Thank you.